TinkerCAD tips. I had a follower ask about making custom speaker grills for this blank speaker frame. And this is something that I came up with in TinkerCAD in about 20 minutes. So over the next two tutorials that I'm going to publish, I'll show you how I did this fairly quickly. Let me jump into another project here and I'll show you how to begin. Here we are in a blank project that I just started. I've called it Speaker Grill Tutorial, and I'll show you here. This is the STL that I'm starting with, blank speaker ring. You can see an image of it here. Let's go ahead and import that. Come back into TinkerCAD, choose File, click Open, and we're not going to change the scale. We're going to leave it as is, and click on Import. Once it's imported, it may look like this. I'm going to go ahead and change this to yellow. I find it visually easier to see. Now, what we're going to try to do here is to make essentially a cookie cutter or a cutout that follows this opening here. And if you'll note, this frame is flat. So what I want to do is to make an SVG of this upper portion here and work from that. Now, it's important to note that you can make an SVG from an object that isn't necessarily just two-dimensional, but it's all about where the work plane is in relation to that part. So I'm going to select my part here, and I'm going to drop it down until, and we'll zoom in a bit here, I want the work plane near the top of this speaker frame. And right about there. Let's go ahead and change our snap grid to off. Get the most granularity out of it. Okay, right about there. And you can kind of see it at the edge here that I have the work plane just a little bit below the top of this frame. I'm going to select that. I'm going to click on Export, then SVG. I'm just going to, doubled up here. We'll just call it Speaker Grill Tutorial. We'll click Save. All right. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way. We're going to hold on to that. We're going to click on Import, choose from File, and we're going to bring that same SVG back in. And we're going to leave the scale the same and click on Import. Once it's imported, it may look just like this. We have the little knockouts for where the screws go, and it follows the contour and everything. So what I want to do here is I want to fill this middle part in. Now we're going to take advantage of the fact that this is an SVG. If I click on this, and let's change that awful color. That's really bad. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to do a duplicate up here, or Control D. One more time. Duplicate. Let's make sure the two of those are aligned together. It got off alignment a little bit. Okay, I'm going to select on one of those, and I'm going to change just one of them to silhouette. We'll give it a minute to render here, and you're left with something that looks like that, completely filled in. I'm going to select the two of those and group those together. And for the time being, I'm just going to reduce this down to 1 millimeter. Now what I want to do is put it on top of that speaker frame and reduce the size a little bit. So I'm going to align these two here. Click on Alignment. Select the frame in the back as the master. We'll align it in those two directions. Zoom in a bit. All right, now I want to lift that blue part up. I'm going to select on it, and holding down the Control key, I'm going to click on the cursor up key. There we go. Zoom in a bit here. Let's actually make this a little taller. Here we go. I'm going to cursor back down to where they're touching. There we go. I'm going to zoom out a bit here. Now I'm going to select just this blue part, and holding down Alt and Shift, I'm going to bring in these corners of this and resize this a bit. So I'm holding just Shift here. I'm going to move this way. And then from this side, I'm going to do the same thing. Come around to the side here, holding Shift. I'm going to scoot it in just a little bit. Let's select the two of those and align them together one more time. Now we want that blue part to be a little bit smaller than the frame itself. Remember, this is going to be our cutout. Now note too here that where the cutouts are in the frame for where the screws go, it doesn't quite line up. So what I want to do here is make a little bit more of a notch in these blue parts. And for that, I'm going to use a shape generator. We'll click on search over here. We're going to look for Meta Capsule. Oop, let's spell that correctly. Meta Capsule will look like this. And for now, I'm just going to sort of ignore the dialog here, but I am going to change it to a whole. Holding Alt and Shift, I'm going to scale it down just a little bit. I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to bring it over, bring it over to one of these corners here. Let's drag it down and into that blue part. There we go. Now what I want to do is rotate this so that it more or less lines up with that existing hole that's in the frame. Holding Alt and Shift, I'm going to make it a little bit larger. Whoops. We'll move that about. There we go. And let's drop it down a little bit below. And let's stretch it so that it cuts through from up above. All right, now I want to make 3 copies of this for the other corners. So I'm going to select on that, duplicate, click on mirror. I'm going to mirror it the other direction. Change my snap grid to 0.1, and I'm going to shift nudge this over. And we'll line that up. Now I need 2 more for the other side, so while I have this selected, I'm going to shift select this one, duplicate that. I'm going to mirror it in the other direction. There we go. Then I'm going to shift nudge it to the other side. Zoom in on that a bit. And I'm going to move out a bit more to right about there. Now that I have all 4 of them, I'm going to select all 4. I have these 2 selected. I'm going to shift select that one and this one down here. I'm going to group those together. Then I'm going to shift select the blue part, and I'm going to align all of those to the blue part. Make sure everything is completely centered. There we go. Now I'm going to select the holes. I'm going to shift select the blue part, and I'm going to group those together. There we go. Now we have a shape that will become our cutout. So I'm going to have to continue this in the next tutorial. If you have any comments or questions, you know where to drop those. Like, follow, and share. And be sure to watch for my next tutorial where I create, using wave duplication, the cutouts for the frame, and then use this to create the proper shape.